Okay, we wait for 2 minutes and then we will start. Okay, no issue. Sorry. Session. What we did in last session? Any one of you? क्या किया था हमने लास्ट सेशन में?
So we have seen about the fully connected network, and in that
Okay.
how
Fully
we
connected.
get information and things like that.
Okay, now you people had known about fully connected layer. I just had one question. Few people had seriously listened to me. I can understand. What the difference between deep neural network and convolutional neural network? Is there any significant difference between these two networks? Both are family from deep learning. And is there any difference? Then what is the difference? Just try to attempt this question. Don't feel that directly every time I will give you the answer. Not good. Your own also. What is the serious difference between deep neural network and convolutional neural network? Meet. What's the difference between deep neural network and convolutional neural network? You people want to do your projects, everything in artificial intelligence, deep network, machine learning, and you're just not communicating. Is the reason? Who is class C यार? वो भी नहीं है. अच्छा है. नहीं है. But seriously, if I ask this question in the examination, what you will do? Which type of different I am expecting from you, you people need to understand it. Every time you people not find it out this thing on the internet. That's why I want to listen from you. Pullo? Any one of you? Kunj, Durva, Raj, Murtuza, Kashyap, Dhaval, Rishit.
So convolutional neural network is mainly used for capturing the spatial dependencies in an image, and it basically is successful in image classification, and deep neural network is not that much successful in that.
I told about difference. This is not a difference. This is from application point of view you are answering. You're telling this is useful for spatial information capturing.
Deep neural network gives 1D array at the last, but it means of three different colors, then it will give single array. And in convolutional neural network, it will give three different array of RGB.
In final layer, you are talking.
Yes,
This
sir.
is giving 3-dimension array. This will give single dimension array. Anyone else?
In deep neural networks, we do not have layers like pooling layers for filtering. or convolution.
Wow, this is the answer. First thing I can say that I want from you guys. First person had taken important information from me. This is a basic difference. We don't add any pooling or convolution layer over here. Thank you, sir. This is one thing. What else? आंसर दे रहे हो तब पता चल गया. मैं हर एक पॉइंट को डिफेंड करूंगा. ये आपका आंसर है और मैं कैसे डिफेंड करता हूँ वो आपको देखना. देखो एक चीज है, कभी भी क्वेश्चन आंसर्स एग्जाम में भी लिखते हो तो मैं हमेशा ऐसा सोचता हूँ कि स्टूडेंट क्या सोचता होगा, इस हिसाब से मैं मार्क्स देता हूँ. आई डिडंट want any student to cut their marks in the examination. That's why sometime I will discuss such type of things with you guys. अगर डेटा एनालिटिक्स की जॉब के लिए जाते हो, ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया किसी ने, and if you people don't give the answer, such type of answer that facial information capturing and all the things, मैंने ऐसा कुछ सिखाया नहीं था. मैंने पूरा एनालिसिस न्यूरल नेटवर्क ओपन करके दिखा दिया. मैंने कहीं पे भी ये नहीं सिखाया था कि मैं उसमें स्पेशल इंफॉर्मेशन कैप्चर करता हूँ. So please try to correlate what exactly a person wants from the difference. What the basic fundamental difference between deep neural network and your convolution neural network. Because suppose assume that I will ask this question in examination, then also I want short and sweet answers and I don't want such type of complex answer. If somebody is talking about 3-dimension array, it's been giving in me the final layer. Anyone else? This is 1, 2, 3 points. एक पॉइंट मेरे को चाहिए था वो ये है. रेस्ट ऑफ द पॉइंट्स आर डिफरेंट, बट इसको डिफेंड करेंगे हम लोग कि व्हाई वी पीपल इंक्लूड दिस थिंग और नॉट. वो लेटर ऑन डिस्कस करेंगे. मींस मैं सबके नाम बोलूं उसके बाद ही आप बोलोगे ऐसा? ठीक है, मैं शिव तक मैंने नाम है. अनुश्री, हर्ष, अमित, निसर्ग, अनिल, भव्य, धार्मिक, जय एंड राहुल. Please try to interact. If you are not interacting, problem is that you people never come up with a solution. आज आपने इंटरेक्शन नहीं किया, अगर चलो मैं आंसर देने वाला हूँ वो अच्छी बात है. नहीं देता हूँ और यही क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में पूछूंगा तो क्या करोगे? At that moment of time, what you will do? You will find it out in Google and all the things.
So in CNN, it's all about filtering and reducing the dimensions. Deep neural network we are not.
थोड़ा जोर से बोलो ना बेटा.
In CNN, we are reducing the dimensions and filtering out. As Sarjan said, that pooling layer is inserted in it. And in deep neural network, we are not doing it.
Sir, in CNN, like the inputs we take generally are like fixed sizes, but in like RNN, we like if you're talking about deep neural, then it's not. They can take arbitrary inputs.
By using max and average pooling in CNN, we can reduce the number of parameters that we need to train without affecting the performance. But in DNN, we cannot reduce the number of parameters.
Good. Now you are coming to the answer. चलो बोलो. बहुत कम जन ने बोला अब तो.
सर वो मेरा आ गया था, वो मतलब मुझे एग्जिट आईडी नहीं, ऑडियो चल रहा था.
जय, हाँ आपका आंसर आ चुका था. और क्या क्या करते थे CNN, और किसी ने RNN भी बोला, वो भी काम की चीज थी मिलती. Somebody told about RNN. Your CNN can take variable input. ऐसा बोला किसी ने. ऐसा ही बोला, we can take a different
नहीं
input.
सर, वो
और
CNN में मतलब एक स्पेसिफिक लेना पड़ेगा, RNN में मतलब ले सकते हैं वेरिएबल।
I never talk about RNN better.
नहीं सर, लेकिन मैं एक्चुअली RNN का नहीं बोला सर, डीप लर्निंग का बोला था।
मैंने इन दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस पूछा है, ये पूरी फैमिली अलग है. When we learn sequential learning algorithm, at that moment of time we can talk about RNN, because we cannot compare apple and oranges. This simple, this family of apple, this is in oranges. If I want to compare this, then also I cannot compare it. और कोई बोलो, इतना ही बोला है इस लोगों ने. किसी मैडम ने बोला, एक चीज अच्छी बोली उन्होंने, जो मैक्स और एवरेज पूलिंग से नंबर ऑफ पैरामीटर रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. Reduce, which is not possible in deep neural network. और कोई, अगर मैं इसको 5 मार्क्स में पूछूं, आपके पास 5 डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स भी नहीं है. है पॉइंट हमारे पास, और कोई हो सकता है पॉइंट. Can we have some other different point which we can include the difference between your convolution neural network and your deep neural network? बोलो. ये टर्म कॉमन है आप दोनों में, ऐसा सोच लो. आपको इसका और इसका डिफरेंस देना है. तो one of the ma'am had told the madam or sir had told they are using convolution layer and pooling layer. Here such concept is not available. Here using your max and your average field cooling layer, reducing number of parameter when we do the training. Or we are not doing like that. Anyone can tell the दोनों का structure कैसा था? If I want to draw deep neural network and convolutional neural network, दोनों का structure कैसा दिख रहा था? याद है किसी को? If we talk about the drawing the deep neural network and the convolutional neural network, दिखता कैसा था? किसी ने उस पे भी ध्यान दिया? If we talk
In
about
deep neural network, all the layers were fully connected.
perfectly, ma'am, absolutely correct.
Sir, can you start recording?
Sure, ma'am. Recording का option क्यों नहीं है? एक सेकंड मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ। ये आ क्यों नहीं रहा, कोई मुझे बता सकता है तो बता दो।
Sir,
हाँ
using DNN, can we predict? Can we classify the images?
यस, व्हाई नॉट, वी कैन नॉट डू। यहाँ पे कोई मेरे को ये बताएगा यहाँ से रिकॉर्डिंग कैसे स्टार्ट करूँ, बिकॉज यही बटन था हमेशा रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए, आज वो नहीं आ रहा। इज देयर एनी रीजन बिहाइंड इट? इफ समबडी इज नोइंग प्लीज लेट मी नो। अरे यार ये जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम है। मैं
ये
रिकॉर्डिंग के
3
लिए
डॉट्स पे क्लिक करो।
वही क्लिक किया, देखो ये मैं 3 डॉट पे क्लिक करता हूँ तो यही ओपन हो रहा है मेरे से।
ये क्यों आ रहा है?
डिवाइस सेटिंग्स को क्लोज कर दो सर।
ये मैंने क्लोज किया, वापस मैंने 3 डॉट पे क्लिक किया तो वो डिवाइस सेटिंग ही ओपन कर रहा है।
लेकिन डिवाइस सेटिंग पे जो क्रॉस है वो उस पर क्लिक करो।
अब ये कौन सा नया प्रॉब्लम है? यार ऐसे ही तो होता था। रीजन क्या होगा इसका? एक मिनट, आईपैड से हो रहा है। स्टार्ट हुआ रिकॉर्डिंग? जहाँ पे पैटर्न है वहाँ पे नहीं है। ऑलरेडी क्लिक स्टार्ट रिकॉर्डिंग। Okay, leave it. I don't know why it's happening.
Sir, can you just make any one of us presenter so we can start the recording?
Okay, anyone can do that thing. किसको बनाऊं? Kenny 89 है। Kenny मैंने आपको प्रेजेंटर बना दिया।
Ah, yes, sir. The recording has started.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, somebody had told about that if we can use deep neural network for image classification, right?
Yes, sir.
If this can be used, this both can be used. That's the simplest answer. Whatever the capacity your neural network is having, all the capacity are inherited with the modified neural network, means deep convolution, everyone. Please understand it. The simple neural network also can be used for the classification of images.
સર એક
Right?
ડિફરન્સ એ છે કન્વોલ્યુશન ને ડીપ ન્યુરલ નેટવર્કમાં કે કન્વોલ્યુશનમાં ફિલ્ટર્સનો કન્સેપ્ટ યુઝ થાય કે અગર કલર્ડ ઇમેજ હોય તો મલ્ટિપલ ફિલ્ટર્સ એમાં પેટર્ન એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરવા યુઝ થાય એન્ડ ડીપ લર્નિંગમાં ફ્લેટન લેયર યુઝ કરવી પડે. આપણે પહેલા આખી ઇમેજને ફ્લેટન કરવી પડે અને એક વેક્ટરમાં કન્વર્ટ કરીને પછી કરવાનું હોય.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So on, we can say that we are having 5 convolutional layer, 5 cooling layer, and then we are having 2 fully connected layers. And at the end, now your fully connected layer and your final layer is your label, right? This is your structure for convolutional neural network. If we talk about deep neural network, this is your inputs. Assume that this being 4 node as your input node. And now subsequently you are having your hidden layer 1. Why I'm emphasizing you people to understand this thing? Because it's been useful for you guys in the future. Hidden layer 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is your 11th. And then you are having your output layer. Okay, so this is basic structure difference, but both the using gradient based learning algorithm. Both basically you perform the back learning algorithm. Back learning means if I had 10,000 images, I'm giving once 10,000 images considered as one batch. And when you talk about gradient based learning algorithm, every time amongst your differences been leave about, then we had a problem about vanishing gradient problem. Does this problem exist in deep neural network? Just a second. और कन्वोल्यूशनल न्यूरल नेटवर्क ये भी हमने देखा था. Nobody talked about this thing. ये है किसी में भी? Can we had an issue because of vanishing gradient? बोलो. ये तो हमने पढ़ाते हैं नहीं पढ़ा. बोलो. ऊपर हो जाए. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm asking, have you ever think about gradient based learning, batch learning algorithm, if we can start with the vanishing gradient problem or not? ऐसा कुछ करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी या नहीं पड़ेगी?
It is required, sir, because if we increase the hidden layers, it will decrease the errors, and while decreasing errors, the weight will be the same of the input.
Sir, એમાં શું થાય કે વેનિશિંગ રેડિયસ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે ને એક્ઝિસ્ટ કરે, કેમ કે ફોર આપણે હિડન લેયર બહુ બધી નાખેલી, તો અંદર મલ્ટિપ્લિકેશન જે છે ને W ટ્રાન્સપોઝ X પ્લસ B એ બહુ વધારે પડતા વધી જાય. તો 0 થી 1 વચ્ચેની પ્રોબેબિલિટી બહુ બધી વાર મલ્ટીપ્લાય થાય ને, તો એ ટેન્ડિંગ ટુ 0 થાય, તો એ મતલબ કે આગળ જઈ જ નહીં, મતલબ ડિસાઈડ જ ના કરી શકે કે શું છે આગળ.
ओके गुड. तो ये इसमें आएगा प्रॉब्लम या इसमें आएगा प्रॉब्लम?
બંનેમાં
इश्यू
જ આવશે.
आपका
લેયર બહુ વધારે નાખી દીધી ને જેટલી જરૂર છે એનાથી. કેમ કે કન્વોલ્યુશન લેયર આપણે બહુ બધી નાખી દીધી એક ઇમેજને ક્લાસિફાઈ કરવા માટે, તો એમાં પણ
कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर में वेट होता है?
कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर
वेट होता है बेटा. अगर वेट
हाँ
होगा या बायस होगा तो उसको अपडेट करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर में तो फिल्टर होता है, उसको अपडेट करते हो आप हमेशा.
નો સર, ફિલ્ટર માંથી ને તો આપણને પેલું મળશે ને પેટર્ન્સ એક્સટ્રેક્ટ થાય. પેટર્ન્સ એક્સટ્રેક્ટ થાય પછી આગળ ડેન્સ લેયર ને એમાં તો નાખવું પડશે ને આગળ ક્લાસિફાઈ કરવા માટે.
वो फुल्ली कनेक्टेड लेयर में डालोगे ना. कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर में कोई वेट होता है?
नहीं, कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर में ना હોય.
तो अभी तूने बोला ना बहुत सारे कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर बढ़ा दिए, इसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम होगा.
कन्वोल्यूशन लेयर नहीं, हिडन लेयर, डेंस लेयर एंड दैट ऑल.
वो तो फुल्ली कनेक्टेड, तो मैंने 2 ही लेयर डाले, तो इसमें आएगा प्रॉब्लम? मैंने तो ये लिखा है कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, देखो.
आई डोंट थिंक
2 तो चलता है यार, 2 तो कोई भी रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम में लेते हैं कोई भी लोग. There's a primary difference you people need to understand. कि आप कर क्या रहे हो वो आपको explain करना था. That's why we have drawn the rough trigger. Honestly, this has been a very rough structure. But if you want to understand, when you are using gradient-based learning algorithm, अगर हम ऐसी बात करें, हम gradient-based learning algorithms की बात कर रहे हैं. How many of you want to do your research or your project or post graduation or data analytics job? कितने लोगों को करनी है ये जॉब? आइडियली मेरे को ऐसा कोई रफ नंबर नहीं चाहिए, बट मेजॉरिटी वांट टू डू द जॉब इन डेटा एनालिटिक्स एंड ऑल द थिंग. जय रेज हिज हैंड मींस ही वांट टू डू दैट थिंग. दो सिर्फ 2 जन को ही करना है, 3 4. assume that you 50-60% student are going to do this thing, and if your project lead or your manager is telling you, please Jay, don't use your gradient based learning algorithm, I want some different learning algorithm, because gradient based learning having several disadvantages, then what you will do at that moment of time? If somebody is telling you are good at research, you are doing your research work in machine learning or deep learning, this type of question if your people are facing, then what exactly your procedure to find it out the solution? आज मैंने आपको सिर्फ एक टिंकर किया है कि if I want to find it out difference, I really need to understand the structure. It's a preliminary principle. Everyone had given the answer. You people had attended very good this question, honestly. If you written this out, then also I will give you the full mark. Don't worry about the answer. If somebody has written this facial information, then also I will give the marks. No worries about it. All the things has been acceptable if we take it positive manner. But if somebody of your boss or your research guide or in your post graduation or somebody will going and doing the PhD like me, at that moment of time your guide or supervisor is telling that please don't use the gradient based learning algorithm, we need to find out some different algorithm to teach neural network. At that moment of time, what you people initially thought about it? Sir, pagal thai gaya cha. You બધું ના હોય. When somebody talks me that I'm doing research in deep networks and the people then describe the problem that I'm doing the image classification problem, you're not doing any machine learning or deep network research. If you are doing the research, this is the exactly the research. You need to think about algorithm, learning algorithm, what parameters the people are updating, how the people are updating, and then change it out, the procedure. This is the actual research basically people are doing. If you talk about directly, you correlate with your application and telling that if you're doing image classification or any other things. But you're doing the pattern recognition task, nothing else. एल्गोरिथम तो वही उठा ले दो ना, CNN मैंने यूज कर लिया, किसी ने बनाया था, प्री ट्रेन था, मैंने उठा के रख दिया, I never change it out. If you're not changing CNN or any classification algorithm, how can you tell that you are doing machine learning research or deep learning research? So principally, whenever somebody is talking about research, please try to consider this point. बुरा मत लगाओ ये, पर पहले समझो हम कर क्या रहे, उसको जवाब देना है हमको। ऐसा हमेशा सोच के बोलोगे कि नहीं हम ये रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, बट प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू आर डूइंग, यू नीड टू टेल देम। If I'm doing image classification using falana algorithms, but we are not giving any contribution in image classification, neither in algorithmic point of view. If we are modifying any of the part of it, because you people are using suppose image classification, if we precise this definition, then we can say that in face recognition algorithm using CNN or deep neural network, right? You're taking input, means data set you are taking, face data set, any popular data set. For this, you are finding pre-trained network. Then you are clubbing this thing, you are giving this thing, this is your data set, this is your CNN, and this is your output. What's my responsibility? I need to collect this thing, I need to give to this, and I just need to wait for my output. So where is the research, honestly? I did anything over here? No. If I had changed a learning algorithm? No. Then where is the research? Please try to understand. If you go to multidisciplinary project and if you are going to different professors of different department, at that moment of time, the people tell the computer science, we use computer science functions as a tool. The people are also using mechanical, people are using neural network, electrical people are using neural network, various people are using neural network. The people are using like you only. They also taking pre-trained network, giving their data and finding out the solution. Does that consider as a research? Huh? Nah. Question क्या था पता चला? That's why I'm giving you the deep understanding about it. देखो यार, एक टॉपिक 6 महीने का है, तो इतना भी डीप में जाके मैं नहीं समझा सकता. But you people need to understand when you're talking about gradient and all the things. This is a math, this is core mathematics, nothing else. मैं कोई कंप्यूटर साइंस सब्जेक्ट नहीं पढ़ा रहा. Giving you brief interpretation of your mathematics, what you are using behind these algorithms. And if you want to pursue your master's, PhD program or job, at that moment of time, the people are doing this thing. You thinking that companies are not doing research, they are doing maximum research, honestly. બોલો, ऐसा करते हो नहीं करते हो? ખોટું લગાડવાની જરૂર નથી, આપણે ખાલી ડિસ્કસ કરીએ છીએ. सब लोग चुप क्यों होंगे? Am I audible? इतना तो बोल सकते हो. Am I audible or not?
Yes, sir.
बुरा लगा या सही लगा? इतना तो बोल सकते हो. I just want to tell
सही
you.
लगा.
But basically, there are multiple options beyond your gradient learning. This is not part of the syllabus, but somebody had interest, then we can communicate, obviously. So my principal research right now is going, I am replacing this thing. First, this very important thing, how you can do this thing. Then you can play with your weight, bias. This very important thing. If you want to seriously play with the network theory, research, there are a number of people are doing that thing. आप लोगों ने वो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा है, न्यूमेरिकल मेथड? I don't know about your curriculum honestly, but have you ever studied the numerical method subject? गॉस जॉर्डन, गॉस सेडल, रंगे कुत्ता, ऐसा कोई सब्जेक्ट में Methods
No,
आती
sir.
थी. Okay. But if you seriously want to do or seriously want to spend your time over here, I spent more than 8 years now in this type of things. And this or sequential learning algorithm, now people are very much using self-supervised learning. This is your future, honestly. This has been seriously passed. People are nowadays not using CNN. They people are thinking that either you can create your own CNN, either you can use self-supervised learning. We only, whenever we talk about learning at that moment of time, any traditional professor will start with supervised learning, unsupervised, and semi-supervised. In semi-supervised, you are having your reinforcement learning. But the future, it means your self-supervised learning. And this not given by me, who had created your CNN, has been, yeah, spelling is very difficult for me always. He's now associated with Facebook. Initially, when he had created your canonical neural network, just a second, I can find it out name for you guys. Huh. The name is this professor. He recently told 1 year back that now the era which is coming is of self-supervised learning. So please try to read such type of things. It will give you massive information what exactly going surrounding you. This is a professor who has first initially found your canalization neural network. At that moment of time, he is at New York State University. So your CNN is way older baby for you. Has been invented in 1992. And this is 2021. Means 30-year-old baby. Tell you people are feeling that this is very nice. But whenever you talk about neural network, everyone talk about gradient based learning. If we can replace, this is the biggest, first and foremost important thing if you want to understand about gradient based learning. Gradient based learning is very slow procedure, honestly. हमेशा ये बहुत slowly converge होगा. Slowly converge होगा means it will reaching the solution very late. और हमेशा आपको प्रॉब्लम ये था कि आप हमेशा लोकल मिनिमा को स्टक करते थे. So this is the reason why people thinking about that, can we implement some other learning techniques where we can find it out the good solution from the network, good generalization solution, and it's require less amount of time. Okay, so thank you. Just note we are ending the session. We're meeting in next lecture. Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you send the PPT of the chapter for just reference purpose?
What?
Sir,
Hello?
can you share the material of this chapter?
Means whatever I had written.
And yes, sir, if you have extra notes or something related to that.
Okay, I will send it out. No issue.